broke down bushcrafter. I'm going to attempt this to start a fire. I know a lot of you live in the country up north. Like me, I have a cabin homestead up north in Wisconsin. And the wind chills today, you know, right now it's about minus 43. And I also wanted to test, you know, this Boreal shirt by Empire Canvas, or woolen canvas. I'm going to try to start my fire pit just to simulate conditions if I were stuck in the woods, car broke down somewhere and needed a fire. Just going to see how hard it would be to do in this type of weather. I think the simulation is I found a pile of tree branches, you know, some sticks, and I'm going to use my tracker to get me some birch bark off of this piece of birch off the birch tree that I just knocked down. You know, everybody I see on YouTube when they're doing winter bush type stuff, it tends to be in what I would call marginal cold weather. I know a lot of the guys who do the hammock camping have camped out in their hammocks in this type of weather. So the other thing I always have with me in my car most of the time is my fire kit. I believe that your dexterity in this weather will be affected. So trying to use any type of a fire steel or things like that may not be the most effective. So what I have here is some jute and some more birch bark, and I'm going to try to use, it is cold out, this is my match safe I made out of antique 10 gauge shotgun shells. The bottom one is from like 1920. It's the full case, which I think are still purchasable. You can get today still. I cut a piece of the striker off of a matchbox, so we're gonna see how this works. But man, my hands are getting cold right away, so we'll see. These dump pouches in this Boreal shirt is just outstanding. Yeah, as you can see, I was able to get it started with a match. Just using the birch bark and that piece of jute. So, I want to talk a little bit more about this shirt I've got. It was made by Empire. It was one blanket that I got at a thrift store, and its thickness, you know, is the thickness of a wool of a 6-point blanket that was hardly ever used, very lofty. I can tell you right now, temperature is 40 below zero right now in the wind. You can see how the flyer's moving. I can't feel it. In fact, I'm sweating. I have too much underlayers on. Right now, I don't feel the wind through these Romanian wool army pants. But this jacket, the way that he made it, I chose not to do snaps on the sleeves. I like my sleeves just long enough and just tight enough that I can slip my gloves, which are the Bauer First Ascents, under it, or my USGI cold weather gloves, where I can pull the cuff up and cover my sleeves. For my head,